The body of a 19-year-old Dalit woman who was raped and murdered allegedly by 4 upper caste men in Uttar Pradesh's Hathras was cremated a little after 3 a.m. on Wednesday. If the incident has not shaken you up enough, let's show you the absolutely shocking way in which the family could not even get to perform the last rites of their daughter to their wishes and bring her body home one last time. No dignity when she was alive, no dignity in death. The father, the mother, all pleading and crying in front of UP police and authorities, but the ambulance takes away the body anyway and somewhere else. She was cremated without the family even being there. Let's quickly look at what happened. Around midnight, her body reached her village in Hathras in an ambulance. By 1 a.m., the family is seen trying to convince the police to take their daughter's body home one last time, which is a ritual and a basic right. But the police want her straight to the cremation ground. By 2 a.m., a desperate mother stands in front of the car. And we'll try to get you these pictures corresponding to the points that we are making. By 2 a.m., a desperate mother stands in front of the car. There is a still picture which shows this happening, crying and pleading to the police to let her hold her daughter one last time, to perform rituals at home, take the body home. But at 2:30 a.m., and those are the pictures on the left-hand side of your screen where the mother is pleading in front of the ambulance. Let the body reach home. But the police isn't listening. At 2:30 a.m., pictures to the right-hand side of your screen, the cremation is done with no family members, no explanation. At 2:40 a.m., relatives are locked up at home, they say, that they didn't let us go. That is a claim that is being made, that relatives were not allowed to step out of their home. So the biggest question is, why were the events carried out like this? Perhaps the UP police on its part is saying that this was an attempt to control a law and order situation. We have seen that the district magistrate was in a heated altercation with people in that village. But is this a justification to not even allow dignity in death for the family members of this rape victim? In which universe can this be acceptable? There is outrage, and genuinely so, across the country on the events or the manner in which the UP police and the UP administration has treated this entire matter. And this begs an answer to a question, of an extremely pertinent question. Was there something to hide as far as the Hathras horror is concerned? Remember, there are a number of allegations against the police, that the police and the administration is trying to protect the accused, that the police and administration is absolutely quiet on allegations that the victim's tongue was chopped off, that her back was broken. We would have only known all this once the medical report would have been out and once the body would be visible to the family. And above everything else, what gives the state administration the right to not even allow the family to hold the victim's body? What gives them the right? Why have things been done this way in the dead of the night? And more importantly, why is the UP administration being allowed to go away or being let off each time when they commit an excess like this? This is an excess, and a lot of people are now outraged. Reactions coming in from across the country of outrage, not just to this incident and its poor and shoddy handling by the UP administration, but the events of last night, where against the will of the family, the body was put on a pyre and the last rites were performed by the police. No dignity in life, no dignity in death. How can this be acceptable to any one of us? And what should our deduction and conclusion be? Was the UP police trying to hide something to only make sure that their version of the story is reported, that their version of the story is correct, that a false equivalence is created, that listen to our side of the story, this is the right story? When you will not allow information, then there will be no information. Was that the philosophy behind the events of last night. And if that is the case, then enough is enough.
1 a.m. we are in Hathras, and this is the road that goes to the victim's house, and it is packed with forces. There's media and there's also senior police officers who are actually seeing the situation. There has been an overall suspicion over the body. We'll try to get in touch with few of the officials here if we can get them. Sir, कुछ body के बारे में बता पाएंगे कि कब आ रही है?
देखिए, इस बारे में अभी कोई we are not aware of the whereabouts of the body. As soon as we find out, we'll let the family know.
Okay. So there was a suspicion outside Safdarjung Hospital of New Delhi over whether the body has been handed over to the family or not, and suspicion is still on. It's 1 a.m. We are in Hathras and in the village of the victim. Along with forces, there is media, as I said earlier, as well. And these are some senior officials. There was a magistrate of the area who is here seeing the situation. Well, you see this altercation happening here. This is around 1:30 a.m. We are in Hathras village, and this is an altercation happening in middle of the road where locals and villagers allege that police is allegedly taking the body for funeral right in the middle of the night. And here are officials talking to locals. There are women, men stopping the vehicle and not letting it go further. And we also learned the district magistrate is also coming to handle the situation here. Now, you see there are fields all around this area, and in middle of that there is one road where locals and villagers have stopped this vehicle, halted it, and they allege that police was going to take the body for funeral. And now this altercation is going on, and there was also some ruckus created over here. Some were attacking the vehicle as well. But now there is some dialogue going on between the officials and also the locals. So we saw the entire altercation that happened right in the middle of the road. I have the girl's father with me. Sir, अभी आपकी पुलिस से बाहर बात हुई है, तो वो आपको बात कर रहे थे कि शमशान घाट ले जाने के लिए, तो क्या आपने क्या फैसला लिया?
अभी मेरे नाते रिश्तेदार सब आ जाएं, उसके बाद देखते हैं, उनको फिर ले जाएंगे।
अच्छा, तो पहले जैसे आप कह रहे थे कि कोई बात नहीं, वहाँ चले जाते हैं, फिर शायद कुछ रिश्तेदारों ने आपको कहा कि नहीं, घर पहले लेकर आना।
हाँ, पहले अब हिंदू रीति रिवाज में तो पहले घर आते हैं, उसके बाद वहाँ ले जाते हैं शमशान।
ये भी विरोध था कि रात को नहीं ले जाना,
नहीं लगाते नहीं है,
दबाव डाल रहे हैं पुलिस वाले।
तो क्या बात हुई आपकी पुलिस वालों के साथ?
वही बोल रहे थे कि अभी लगा दो, हमें टाइम नहीं है, फिर अब के चक्कर हम कब तक का जबरदस्ती करवा रहे हैं।
The body has been brought to funeral ground, but media is not allowed to go beyond this point where some cops have formed a human chain, and the funeral is taking place at 2:30 a.m. This is after altercation broke between cops and villagers. Some cops were also seen convincing the girl's father to let the funeral take place during the midnight, and there you see fumes rising from the funeral ground. Many relatives had resisted the move, but after hours of altercation, debate and ruckus, finally the police managed to take the body to the funeral ground. There's another altercation between media personnel and the cops which has broke out here. Media is not allowed to go beyond a certain point, and there police has done the last rites of the girl. For now, we can't see any family members of the girl. We also saw some cops talking to the father of the girl, convincing him to let the last rites happen in the middle of the night. And he was also of the opinion that he would go with what his relatives say. But finally, police managed to take the body here to the funeral ground, and last rites have been performed. Well, on the funeral ground, as you saw, there was no family member. They are here inside the house. This gate was opened few hours back, now locked, relatives inside. आप में से कोई भी वहाँ मरघट तक नहीं पहुँचा?
नहीं सर, कोई नहीं पहुंचा। कोई नहीं पहुंचा है और हमारे हाथ में डेड बॉडी भी नहीं दी जा रही है लड़की की। वो कर रहे हैं, सब पुलिस वाले ही कर रहे हैं, जैसे मनमानी चला रहे हैं अपनी, पुलिस वाले ही चला रहे हैं, हमको कुछ भी नहीं करने दे रहे हैं।
जैसे मेरी उनके पिताजी से भी बात हुई थी, वो कह रहे थे मैं अपने रिश्तेदारों से सलाह करना चाहता हूँ, तो
हाँ।
वो हुई थी बात, तो उसके बाद उन्हीं का फैसला था फिर आखिरकार?
उन्हीं का फैसला है। वो ये कह रहे हैं, पिताजी ने सभी रिश्तेदारों से बात करके उन्होंने ये कहा है कि हम सभी अपने जो मतलब है कि रिलेशन वाले हैं सभी को बुला के सुबह हम इसका अंतिम संस्कार करेंगे पूरे कार्यक्रम से। ये है इसका।
अच्छा।
और पुलिस वाले हैं कि वो ना डेड बॉडी को दे रहे हैं और ना वो कुछ कर रहे हैं, अपनी केवल मनमानियां कर रहा है प्रशासन। हमारे साथ में कोई भी कैसी इंसाफ की बात हो नहीं रही है, सीधी सी बात है।
अच्छा। और उनके पिताजी कहाँ हैं अभी?
क्योंकि 15-20 दिन अस्पताल में रहे हैं तो माइंड काम कर नहीं रहा है।
दिमाग काम नहीं कर रहा उनका बिल्कुल भी।
जी। So none of the relatives allowed to go to the funeral ground. They are all inside here, and it was UP police that went ahead with the body and did the last rites.
So that was the report of the events of last night by my colleague Arun Singh, who was in Hathras. Hathras, by the way, for people who do not know, is only 200 kilometers from the national capital. 200 kilometers away, you have human rights that have been violated, allegations of human rights being violated, and no dignity in life and no dignity in death. And this, you can accuse the family or you can accuse the people who were the perpetrators of this rape incident for carrying out the rape and eventually being responsible for the murder. But the fact that there was no dignity in death is a blame that will have to be squarely placed and taken by the UP administration. And if, as an Indian, we are not outraged today, then consider yourself dead. Because these events that have happened last night should irritate and upset all of us, all of humanity. That is Yogi Adityanath's tweet. Let's go full frame so that I can read. He seems to be saying, that is a tweet from the CM office, government of Uttar Pradesh, where it says, Mukhyamantri Shri Yogi Adityanath ji ne Hathras ki ghatna ke, so it's not a tweet directly from him, it's a tweet from his office. घटना के लिए एक कई दोषी व्यक्तियों के खिलाफ फास्ट ट्रैक कोर्ट में मुकदमा कराने. So he's talking about fast tracking the trials in this particular case in a UP court. But see, as far as punishing the guilty in a fast track court, that the UP police, the UP chief minister seems to be advocating. By the way, the status of the fast track courts is another story in itself, that about 1,000 fast track courts were to be set up by the admission of the government in August 2019, and till about January 2020, not even 200 have been set up. So that's the story of fast track courts, ladies and gentlemen, in this country. These are the lessons that we have learned post Nirbhaya. And then the UP chief minister says that the guilty will be punished, and they will be punished in a fast track court. Will he say anything against his own police force and his own administration, who have, in the dead of the night, carried out what many people will call is a human rights violation, where they have denied the family, the basic right to receive the body, to pay their respects? Do we understand the definition of dignity in death or not? Or, as many people are alleging, is this a case where the UP administration thought it convenient that they can do this and get away with it simply because these people belong to a lower caste and those involved are from an upper caste? See, that's how dynamics, I'm not going to be shy about this, that's how dynamics work, particularly in the caste cocktail of Uttar Pradesh. Is that the explanation? That the UP police thinks and the UP administration thinks that it can tutor, that its police force can tutor the family on what good rituals are. You had officials telling the family, in Rajasthan, I come from Rajasthan, body should not be kept for very long. Why? Will the police force decide what rituals need to be followed? And will the police force carry out a cremation like this in the dead of the night, like thieves in the night? And how can they get away with this? Let me introduce our guests this morning. Javed Ansari is a senior journalist, Yogita Bhayana, a rape victim activist, A.L. Banerjee, former Director General of Uttar Pradesh, and Aarti Jairath, a senior journalist. Javed, I want to begin with you. Javed, when you look at these pictures, I personally feel, Javed, any person who can defend this action is basically not a human being.
Sanket, I wish we weren't around to discuss this. Sanket, and I also wish that whatever time we have left, you know, such a situation never comes to pass again. This is beyond shameful. This is beyond shocking. And like you said, she was denied dignity and justice in life. And she was, and what is worse, that even in death, she was denied these things. I don't know what kind of a justification the UP government has come up with and how it hopes to cover up for this. Yes, the perpetrators, the bestiality that they inflicted on her, they must pay a price for it. But what about the callous, the cruel manner in which the UP police has handled it, the UP administration has handled it? And why are the courts so mute, so seemingly powerless that they can't take suo moto cognizance of this? As we speak, there is yet another girl, victim of rape, lying in an hospital in Aligarh, and the district administration is not even allowing allowing a report to be filed. I mean, what kind of a country, what kind of a state, what times are we living in? And how much more will this happen for our conscience to wake up, for the conscience of our decision makers to wake up, and for the courts to wake up? You know, they are willing to hear in the middle of the night cases when it comes to corporate houses. I mean, when on earth are they going to intervene and, you know, ask for some action? We owe it to ourselves, we owe it to the country, and we owe it to future generations. At the moment, you know, all we can do is hang our heads in shame.
Absolutely. You know, Yogita Bhayana, here is a situation where the word mislead is used quite popularly by the government. So people are being misled as far as CAA is concerned. People are being misled as far as NEET exam is concerned. People are being misled as far as Farmers' Bill is concerned. And I'm pretty sure by the evening we'll have an explanation that villagers are being misled. And that the only official version is the correct version of the UP police. How would we know the other version? If the family has been denied access to the body, how will we know that the body was not brutalized? The police is saying that no tongue cutting happened, backbone was not broken. How do we know? Now we don't.
Don't know, Sanket, what to say. I mean, this is unbelievable what they have done in last 24 hours. I mean, how can they deny? I have never seen such cases. I have dealt with similar cases in my life where the girls are dead, but no access to the body is like, for the first time I'm hearing. It's so fishy. It's so disturbing. I can't tell you. It's not understatement is the violation of human rights. It's understatement. It's something beyond. And Ajay Singh wished. I mean, he should wake up. He should see right under his nose.
No, but then Yogita, let's forget that for a moment. I want to say
it's very fishy. It's very fishy.
Yogita Bhayana, what can we expect from the other democratic wings of this country? For instance, the courts. Mayawati has said that there should be a suo moto cognizance being taken as far as this matter is concerned. What should we expect from the courts of this country? Forget the government. It's very clear with these pictures what the government is up to. It's very clear that a jeep overturns, which is getting a criminal, and we are expected to believe hook, line and sinker. It's very clear that some concocted version will be presented by the UP government come afternoon, and it will be presented as the official version, and a fake equivalence will be made where we'll be told that this is the correct version. How do we know the other side? We don't, because the full force of the law has been used to perhaps subvert justice.
Sanket, I mean, courts, you're talking about the courts. Who cares? Tell me who cares in the courts also. They are sitting, enjoying their creamy positions. I'm sorry to say, but this is the fact. who cares? I mean, they'll watch your news channel, they'll watch some channels, and they'll feel, oh, sad, this has happened. Who has the guts? Who has the time? In fact, they don't even wish to waste their 1 minute to kind of wake up to such things. You know, they have lost nothing. They are getting creamy salaries. They're enjoying their benefits. Now the courts are not even working properly. They're enjoying their holidays. I don't know. I mean, they don't have any consciousness.
Won't go so far as blaming the courts.
I am going.
Because that's the only hope as of this moment.
We have it. That's the only hope, but that's the reality. You know, we are talking about all the machinery has failed this girl. Not only this girl, all our daughters. I mean, all our daughters are failed by all the whole system.
Okay,
you talk about
Mr.
the police,
Banerjee, I want to come to you. Mr. A.L. Banerjee. Mr. Banerjee, I want to come to you. You have represented this force in the past, and I want to know from you, while the Chief Minister says that we'll put this matter through a fast-track court and make sure that the guilty are brought to book, I want to know from you, Mr. Banerjee, number one, have you come across any such incident where the police does what it did in the dead of the night? And also, why should action not be taken against the police force for doing so, for denying the family the right to the body of the victim? Mr. Banerjee.
Sanket, I can only hear you, I can't see you. So I'll go ahead with whatever I've heard till now.
Sure.
And I'll try to answer your question.
Sure, sir.
You see, a body disposal by the police, this is a body disposal by the police, it can take place in only two situations. Once, when the body is unclaimed, if you find what is called in the legal
Which is
parlance,
not the case here.
Just a second, I'm just trying to complete it.
Sure, sir.
I'm just trying to complete it. If you find a labaris body, you can cremate it. And in fact, there is a fund given to every police station for cremating labaris body. That is a regular thing. Number two, if the people who own it or other their kin, they refuse to cremate it, that is the time when the police comes forward and disposes of the body. Now, this is a very unique case. There is a rape victim who dies, allegedly rape victim, because I have not seen the postmortem report. I don't know what is the actual situation. But here is a victim, a lady at that, who dies in Delhi. She is brought to the village, and then her parents allege that they have not been permitted to give her the full dignity that is possible, which should have been done. They should have been in a position to take her, or either keep her body in the house, do the last rites, and then take her to the cremation ground, etc. Now, this is unacceptable. I've never come across something of this kind. However, the version of the local police could be, I don't know what they have said or what they are going to say or what the administration is going to say, because you even had the district magistrate on the spot, that probably to avoid a further escalation of law and order we did this. Now, that is no excuse. That really is no excuse, and they should have handed it over to the family, escorted the family for security reasons to the cremation ground, and did whatever was right.
Can I tell you something?
They have not done.
If the UP police had wanted, here are the various other options. The family was right here in the national capital, Javed Ansari. The family could have been allowed access to the body right here in the national capital. How can you keep the family away? And thus, we have to ask this question, is the police trying to hide something? It's very clear the manner in which this has happened. Questions will now be asked.
Well, absolutely, questions will now be asked, but who's there to answer these questions, and who's there to hold the almighty UP Chief Minister and his rampant police force accountable? They're just getting away. You cited an example of a criminal being brought from Mumbai, and then we are told, we are asked to believe that a Neel guy came and hit the car, and only the criminal died, and the police who were escorting him have come away with superficial injuries. We have to believe this. Now we have to believe that this poor girl's body, whatever story they cook up with regards to that, we have to believe that. We've seen with our own eyes. NDTV and several other channels have been showing it. Our colleagues have been there till the very end, both in Hathras and Safdarjung Hospital, how the police just bulldozed and shoved everybody away. Her poor mother flung herself in a desperate attempt to prevent them from running away with the body onto the bonnet of the police car or the ambulance. She was shoved aside. But you know, they have a brute majority. They seem to believe that they have a carte blanche. They have a mandate to just about do whatever they want, and there is no law in this land and no organization in this land which will hold them accountable. So long as this continues, this is not the last time, unfortunately, that we will be debating this. This, God forbid, unfortunately, will happen again after a period of time. Because there is nobody to hold these people accountable.
So Javed feels and Javed believes that what is happening in Uttar Pradesh is that, unfortunately, brute majority has become some sort of a license to violate human rights, and that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened in Hathras late last night. I want to ask you, Yogita Bayana, you are an activist. You've dealt with very many cases. You were closely associated with the family of Nirbhaya, her parents, in getting her justice. We see a tweet from Javed Akhtar also, which we'll put on the screen so that you can read. Now, I want to ask you, Yogita Bayana, see, the point is very conveniently to right now feel sad, get outraged, and let this go with the end of another day. Maybe wait for another distraction and start reporting that. And then this is also a moment to perhaps decide what the next strategy is going to be. The government is going to do this. It's very clear. They've done what they had to. But then what's the responsibility within this legal framework, within this democratic setup, to make sure that injustice is not done?
Sanket, first is the introspection. This is very evidently, it's like a movie scene. You know, we see movies like this. The cops are doing whatever they want to do, and you visibly in your NDTV story I was watching. It's visibly there that they are caught. They are not letting the family member even go close to the body. It's like the literally nail in the coffin.
Will you call this a violation of human rights? Will you call this a violation which is unexplained, as Mr. Banerjee is saying?
Totally. It is beyond violation of human rights. I think it is something beyond that. And I don't even have right words for that. And I would say that nail in the coffin we have heard. But literally this is nail in the coffin. And also, this can only happen in Uttar Pradesh and in India. Where else you've heard such horrific things that the girl has died. She has been raped and then there was no case registered. Then after pursuit, where in the world this happens? No, who's answerable? First of all, let's ask. Who will get away with it? Everybody will get away with it. Cops, they got the orders. I don't know why they are trying to protect, and they are trying to protect what?
Yogita, let me ask you this question. I asked this of Javed also. Yeah. You and Mr. Banerjee, I want to ask you this question. Both of you can go. The manner in which the police chose to handle this in the name of controlling law and order, they only did this because of the... See, we can be very convenient and naive about this and say, it's beyond caste. A government, a police setup has nothing to do with the caste apparatus that functions in a society. They were able to be so brazen because these people belong to a community that they knew is not going to be or is not powerful enough to fight back. Was that the reason that gave the police the license to go ahead and do this? Would they dare to do this to any other community? Would they?
I don't think so. That's exactly, Sanket. One has to understand the dynamics of this country, and this is only possible because the girl, the background, the poverty. They know that they will not be able to even raise the voice. But I'm surprised all the media was there. Cops had audacity to, in fact, because you guys are so updated. All the channels. Ultimately, everybody was there. They could do right under the nose of everybody. So it means there is something really, really fishy, and and they had the guts to take such a step. Last right's midnight, first of all, and not getting the family the access.
Yeah.
It's open and shut. What else we want to know? But what are they trying to hide? It means there's something really, really wrong in the sense of that whatever the claims of the mother.
I think this has pretty much confirmed that the police wanted to hide something, Mr. Banerjee.
So why are they doing it?
How can we explain the events? You have a police force and a government who will come out and say, we had the ADG Law and Order yesterday who said, well, we have tweeted, we have given out our version, there is absolutely nothing wrong. In fact, they were alleging that this was an old family dispute from 2001 also. Things were continuously happening. So all sorts of spins and spin doctoring will happen from the police, because that's the nature. Obviously, no police force wants an inconvenient situation. But to what extent, Mr. Banerjee, can a force go to do what it has done? And were they able to do this because they were dealing with a weaker community, a socially backward community? Mr. Banerjee.
Sanket, the police has done something very peculiar in Hyderabad also. That too was a rape case. And there was no caste angle involved. The version given out by the police saying that probably in 2001 there was something, if they have said so officially, we have to at least accept it for the while. And maybe they are right, maybe they are wrong. I have no idea. None of us here on this show are privy to any record as such. However, what we are discussing is whether the police should have done what it did. And I'm very sure it should not have done what it did.
No, but Mr. Banerjee, were they able to do this because they were dealing, and they knew in their mind that they're dealing with a community that is backward, that is weak, that's not going to fight for its rights? Human rights is a privilege for them.
Sanket, I gave you an example of Hyderabad, where the alleged rapists were bumped off. The inquiry is still on, if you remember.
Yes.
Whether it was right or wrong, none of them happened to be from a depressed class. All the 4 or 3 who had bumped off, none of them were from a depressed class. So therefore, let us not
here the accused have not been bumped off. Here the victim has been cremated surreptitiously.
Here somebody has decided, some administrative official or the police have decided, and they have done what they should not have done. I'm repeating that. I'm continuously saying they should not have done this. But I'm not putting it in the framework of somebody who is depressed. That's why they have been
Mr. Banerjee, my final question to you. I want to ask you, do you think that this matter should go well beyond a departmental inquiry? I don't even know whether the police wants to carry out a departmental inquiry or not, because they seem very brazen. But do you think it should go beyond a departmental inquiry?
Definitely, it should be inquired into. It should be inquired into, and there should be a time limit set on the inquiry, that you do the inquiry in, say, 90 days and give a report, and the action should be taken, followed up in about another 6 months, not more than that. That is all. And as far as the fast-track courts are concerned, yes, we are in a very bad position as far as fast-track courts are concerned. The fast-track courts have not delivered what they were supposed to do. The only way, maybe what I have seen is, the only way to counter these crimes, or at least do something about it, is to create a special court in each district of the country which only looks after crimes about the women. There is none as such. And give them a fixed time. There has to be a criminal justice systems reform if you want to do something about it. And as far as the courts are concerned, panelists here just raised the matter of the courts. Yes, the courts have been woken up at night, and they've even heard anti-national people, those who are going to be hanged. Totally who were convicted. They have also heard them. So it all depends on the court. And you have to have a certainty and surety of punishment to put an end
Mr.
to
Banerjee, two things that we are talking about here. One is, of course, swift action against the accused and timely action in a fast-track court, which is in a sorry state as of this moment. We got you a program last night also where we showed you the statistics of what the status of these fast-track courts is. And even in those cases, there are reports across this country that many fast-track courts have been merged into regular courts. And there is nothing fast-trackish about them. And then on the other hand, you've got this absolute brazenness and brutality by the police, that in the dead of the night, against the will of the family, they will go ahead and do. And obviously, the police force does not have a mind of its own. They're acting at the behest of someone.
Absolutely.
Political masters. I cannot believe that this is a police force which is acting on its own will. Obviously, they've been instructed to do this. So, who will act against the police? Both these things have to be debated and discussed. And if anyone in this country feels that this is acceptable, stop calling yourself a human being. We're stopping for a short break at this moment. We'll be back in a bit. Welcome back. Let's now quickly tell you all the versions. It's very important to understand the story first, what exactly has happened and who is saying what, so that you have a clear perspective of what each side is saying. So that's the claim of the police versus the family. UP Police's lapses as far as the Hathras rape and murder case is concerned. So, family accused arrested only after media outrage. This is what the family is saying. The family says that the accused were arrested only after media outrage, not earlier. Police says one accused was arrested day after the FIR, 3 others after woman named them in a statement. So their version is that because there was no name in the FIR, that's why they could not arrest. The moment there was a name, they arrested. So that's the counter. Next, family says no quick action was taken and the police acted only after 4 to 5 days. This is an allegation of the family being spoken about by a lot of leaders of the opposition also. To which the UP police says the attempt to murder FIR was registered instantly. Rape sections were added only after the woman's statement. They say that the original statement of the woman had no mention of rape, and that is why an attempt to murder FIR was filed. Next, the family says the same accused had beaten up family members earlier also. To which the Hathras district magistrate says, we need to check the records to verify this claim. So this is the claim versus counterclaim. Let's take a look at the next. The family says that they were threatened by people close to the accused because they were from a higher caste. The Hathras police says security was given to the family of the woman. It's a claim. We'll have to speak to the family to know whether the security has been given or not. So this is the version between the family as well as the Hathras police. Let's see if we've got any more. In fact, a lot has been said in the aftermath of this also. See, all these claims that we are getting you as of this moment is related to that incident. We shall now be collating and compiling the claims versus the counter claims of the manner in which the police behaved. Police's own action, not of the accused, but police's own action in the way this cremation has been done in the dead of the night, which many people feel is a violation of human rights in itself. I've got Aarti Jairath now with us. Aarti, when you look at these pictures, when you hear the story, Yogita is also with us. I want to ask you, why has all of this become acceptable? Why has all of this become the new normal, the new norm?
Unfortunately, this new normal has been around for a long time, Sanket. I mean, if you look at the statistics, as we know them, reported cases in UP since March this year, there are 10 rapes. 10 rapes, brutal rapes of young girls, young children as young as 9 years. And nothing, though the police have taken no action in any, and hardly taken any action in those cases. So, I mean, I'm afraid this is the new normal. The police in UP, behaves in a brazen manner with complete impunity, as if they're not answerable to anybody, particularly when the victim or the rape survivor, or in this case, the victim, is of a lower caste. And I think that is what highlights the state of play in UP today. The caste tensions that have risen under this, zoomed actually under the Yogi Adityanath government, where you find Dalits in particular are at the receiving end of a lot of oppression, exploitation, brutalization, violence. And, it's as usual, it's the girls and the women who pay the price for this. I mean, the details of what the police did, let's forget about the counterclaims and claims on whether the police acted quickly or didn't act quickly or whatever. I think what is really horrifying is the way they spirited that body away in the middle of the night, took it to Hathras, did the funeral, did the cremation, pushing back the family. The family members kept throwing themselves on the bonnet of the police car, on the ambulance and everything. The police just pushed everybody away, formed a human chain and cremated the body. I mean, how is this allowed in a civilized society, I really cannot understand, by the guardians of the law, the people who are supposed to uphold the law, to do something like this.
Okay.
On what is their explanation? Have they even given an explanation, Sanket? Can you please tell me what is their explanation for the way they did this, cremated this body?
Yeah.
Without allowing
Okay, Aarti, just one quick update. Just one quick update for our viewers. This is news coming in just 6 minutes ago on Yogi Adityanath's personal Twitter handle, where he says, आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने हाथरस की घटना पर वार्ता की है और कहा है दोषियों के विरुद्ध कठोरतम कार्रवाई की जाए. I'll translate this in English. This means that the Prime Minister Narendra Modi has spoken on the incident of Hathras and has said that the strictest possible action should be taken against the culprits. What Mr. Yogi Adityanath is not speaking about, or what perhaps the Prime Minister has not inquired about, is the manner in which his own police force has behaved. That the family is pleading, let us at least take the body home. And then his administration is trying to tell them that you should not keep the body for very long. You should cremate it. In our home state of Rajasthan, this is exactly what happens. What exactly is the purpose and what action will be taken against this police force? The very fact is that the government has forgotten that law and order is a state subject and that they are squarely responsible for the fact that this crime took place in the first place. And then a brazen attempt at a cover-up and no mention about it is equally shocking. So Yogi Adityanath now says that the Prime Minister Narendra Modi has inquired about the Hathras incident, but no mention whatsoever about violating the dignity of both the victim and also the family members when they said that they want to take the body home. Yogita Bhayana, I want to come to you. How shameful do you think that these remarks that are now coming in from the BJP government in Uttar Pradesh are? That they're talking continuously about the accused, not about their own role.
Sanket, are they even sorry about it? Have they guts to kind of, do they have guts to come out and say that, okay, I mean, they have made it as a ghatna. You see the tweet of this Ajay Singh Bisht. He's again honoring the Prime Minister that, okay, Prime Minister is concerned about this issue and he asked us to do this. I mean, is he waiting for his order? Is it not his duty to protect the women of his state? I mean, why are they just naming it as a ghatna?
I've got a reaction from the Bharatiya Janata Party in Uttar Pradesh. Mr. Shyam Prakash Jatav is with us. Mr. Jatav, how can anyone possibly explain the events? I want to know from you. I'm really intrigued how you are going to explain what exactly the administration has done. I want to start by asking you, should there be dignity in death in Uttar Pradesh?
देखिए, घटना बेहद दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है और इस पर जो प्रतिक्रियाएं हो रही हैं वो स्वाभाविक हैं। सभी लोगों के मन में आक्रोश है। बच्ची के साथ में जो बलात्कार की घटना हुई है, जिन अभियुक्तों ने इस घटना को अंजाम दिया है, उन सबको सख्त से सख्त सजा मिले, इस चीज की मांग हर व्यक्ति इस वक्त कर रहा है। और साथ ही साथ उस मांग में प्रधानमंत्री जी ने भी शामिल होकर के जता दिया कि जनता के साथ में, समाज के साथ में उनका पूरा जो है जिम्मेवारी है वो हम सबके साथ हैं। और योगी आदित्यनाथ जी का जिस तरीके से उत्तर प्रदेश में,
जाटव जी आप मुझे बताइए, पुलिस ने जिस तरीके से रात में एम्बुलेंस, परिवार के कहने के बावजूद पुलिस जिस तरीके से एम्बुलेंस धड़धड़ाते हुए लेके गई खेतों में और उसके बाद आपने अंतिम संस्कार कर दिया, ये पुलिस तब करती है जब लावारिस होती है लाश, तब नहीं करती जब परिवारजन कह रहे हैं कि हमें घर ले जाना है। इसके बारे में क्यों चुप है प्रशासन?
देखिए, जिसने भी गलती की है, यदि इस प्रकार की गलती आप जो बात कह रहे हैं, यदि वो गलत हुआ है तो इस पर हर हालत में जांच के उपरांत कार्रवाई होगी। जिन्होंने इस तरीके के
जाटव जी, ये वहां के डिस्ट्रिक्ट मैजिस्ट्रेट और आला अधिकारी कह रहे हैं,
उस पर हर हालत में कार्रवाई होगी।
जाटव जी, ये वहां के जो जिला अध्यक्ष हैं और जो आला पुलिस के अधिकारी हैं, उनका बयान है, वो साफ साफ दिख रहा है टेप में। तो ये ऐसा नहीं है कि किसी 2-4 पुलिस वालों ने, छुट भइयों ने ये फैसला ले लिया हो, डीएम तक इसमें ये इन्वॉल्व है।
देखिए, जिस चीज को अगर गलत तरीके से इस प्रकार का कोई ग्रस्त हुआ है।
आप मानते हैं गलत है?
अगर घटना इस प्रकार से हुई है और डेलिबरेटली हुई है तो उन लोगों के खिलाफ सख्त कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए।
मेरा आखिरी सवाल आपसे ये है जाटव जी, मेरा आखिरी सवाल आपसे ये है कि इस पुलिस बल को या इस प्रशासन को ये सूझा कैसे कि आप किसी के ह्यूमन राइट्स को वायलेट कर लें? क्या इसलिए सूझा क्योंकि ये निचली जात के हैं? और मैं कतई संकोच नहीं रखता अपने मन में ये चीज बोलने में, क्योंकि उत्तर प्रदेश में इसी तरीके से होता है।
आपत्ति दर्ज करूंगा, बात निचली जात की नहीं है। प्रदेश की एक बच्ची के साथ में दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण घटना हुई है, अभियुक्तों ने की है। जो भी अभियुक्त हैं उनको जाति या धर्म से नहीं, और जिसके साथ में घटना हुई है उसको जाति या धर्म से नहीं, बल्कि इस घटना को दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण समझते हुए इस पर कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए। और हर हालत में वर्तमान जो मोदी योगी सरकार है वो इस कठोर से कठोर जो है कदम
नहीं। जाटव जी आप मुझे ये बताइए कि क्या प्रशासन यही और किसी ऊंची जाति के लोगों के साथ कर सकता था जो रसूखदार और दबदबे वाले थे? ये पिछड़ी जाति के लोग हैं, इस वजह से।
जाति और नीची जाति की बात मैं एक ही बात जानता हूं।
नहीं जाटव जी, ये तो बड़ा कन्वीनियंट आर्गुमेंट है।
बात ऊंची और नीची जाति की
ये नहीं, बिल्कुल है, बिल्कुल है। आप
जिसने घटना को अंजाम दिया है,
अगर उत्तर प्रदेश में रह के, उत्तर प्रदेश के नेता होकर के आप मुझे ये बताने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि जाति भाव और जाति के साथ कार्य नहीं होता उस राज्य में, तो आपकी बात का यकीन आपके खुद के पार्टी के लोग भी नहीं करेंगे।
हम घटना के दुर्भाग्य को, घटना को देखें, हम उसमें जाति क्यों टटोल रहे हैं? एक बच्ची के साथ में निर्दयता से जो घटना
क्योंकि पुलिस का एक्शन तो ऐसे ही दिख रहा है ना,
अंजाम दिया है।
जिस तरीके से जिला अध्यक्ष बता रहे हैं, जिला अध्यक्ष वहां पर लोगों को ये बता रहे हैं कि घर में नहीं रखना चाहिए बॉडी को, तुरंत उसको अंतिम संस्कार कर देना चाहिए, क्योंकि हमारे राजस्थान में ऐसे ही होता है। ये सब क्या बातें हैं?
देखिए, सारी औपचारिकताएं पोस्टमार्टम की और तमाम होने के बाद में स्वाभाविक बात है कि मृतक के शरीर को घर में रखना, उसका परंपरा है कि उसको अंतिम संस्कार किया जाता है और भावनाओं को कदर करते हुए उसका अंतिम संस्कार भी किया गया है। इसमें कोई जोर जबरदस्ती नहीं है। शासन प्रशासन पूरा जो है मृतक के परिवार के साथ में है, समाज पूरा, देश पूरा मृतक के परिवार के साथ में है। हम किसी भी सूरत में उनके साथ में अनैतिक नहीं होने देंगे। हम भी इसी राज्य के बाशिंदे हैं और मैं खुद हाथरस का रहने वाला हूं। इतने आसानी से जो है इस पर पर्दा नहीं पड़ने देंगे हम लोग, चिंता नहीं।
अपने प्रशासन के खिलाफ आप एक्शन लेंगे यानी उसके बारे में जाटव जी अगर आप हाथरस के हैं तो शायद आज आपको भी वही सहनशीलता,
और अगर गलत हुआ है
वही सहनशीलता दिखानी चाहिए जो कि पूरा देश आपसे उम्मीद कर रहा है। बिकॉज आई थिंक दैट these pictures are a violation of human rights. These pictures are extremely disturbing. And anyone, and I repeat as we end this broadcast, anyone who feels that this is the new normal and acceptable is basically challenging the very fact that he is not a human being. We're stopping for a short break. Be back with this coverage.